Hi there, friends. Here we are to read Chapter 4 of Junie B. Jones and the Stupid Smelly Bus. Chapter 4, Me and Lucille and Some Other Kids. Some of the other bus kids turned out to be in my class too. One of them was that Jim I hate. Mrs. made us line up, then we followed her to our room. Its name is Room 9. There were other kids waiting by the door when Mrs. unlocked it. Everyone squeezed in all at once. That Jim stepped on my new shoe. He made a scratch mark on my shiny toe. The kind of scratch that licking won't fix. "Hey, watch it, you dumb Jim," I hollered at him. Mrs. bent down next to me. "Let's try to use our quiet voice while we're in school," she said. I nodded nicely. "I hate that Jim," I said in my quiet voice. After that, Mrs. clapped her hands together very loud. "I want everyone to find a chair and sit down as fast as you can," she said. That's when I ran to the table with the red chair. Only guess what? There was already someone sitting there, a girl with little red fingernails. And so I tapped on her and said, "I would like to sit there, I think." "No," she said, "I am." "Yeah, only I already picked that chair out," I told her. "Ask my mother if you don't believe me." But the girl just shook her head no. And then Mrs. clapped her loud hands again and said, "Please find a seat." And so then I had to quick sit down in a stupid yellow chair, the same stupid color as the stupid yellow bus. After that, Mrs. walked to a big closet in the back of the room. It's called a supply closet. She got out boxes of new pointy crayons and some white circles. Then she passed them out, and we had to print our names on the circles and pin them to our fronts. It was our first work. "If you need help spelling your name, raise your hand," said Mrs. I raised my hand. "I don't need help," I told her. "Grandma Miller says I print beautifully." I used red, but then a mistake happened. I made my Junie too big, and there wasn't any room left for my B, and so I had to squish it very teeny at the bottom. "I hate this stupid dumb circle," I hollered. Mrs. made the shh sound and gave me a new one. "Thank you," I said nicely. "Grandma Miller says I print beautifully." The girl with the little red fingernails was faster than me. She showed me her circle and pointed to her letters. Lucille. "That spells Lucille," she said. "I like that name of Lucille," I said. "'Cause guess why? Seals are my favorite animal, that's why." Then Mrs. passed out drawing paper, and we drew pictures of our family. Mrs. put a happy face sticker on mine. It was very good, except I made my father too teeny, and my mother's hair looked like sticks. After that, Mrs. took our class on a walk around the school. Everyone had to find a buddy to walk with. My buddy was Lucille. We held hands. The boy I can beat up was right in front of us. His buddy was that Jim I hate. The first place we walked to was called the Media Center. My mother calls it a library. It's where the books are, and guess what? Books are my favorite things in the whole world. "Hey, there's a jillion of them in here," I hollered, feeling very excited. "I think I love this place." The librarian bent down next to me. She said, to use my quiet voice, "Yeah, only guess what? Right now I just like the kind of books with pictures. My mother says when I get big, I'm going to like the kind with just words and also stewed tomatoes." The boy I can beat up said, "Shh." I made a fist at him. Then he turned around. After that, we went to the cafeteria. The cafeteria is where kids eat lunch, except not when you're in kindergarten. I said, "It smells yummy in here, just like spaghetti and meatballs." Then that Jim turned around and held his nose. "P.U., I smell you," he said. Lucille laughed very hard, and so I stopped holding her hand. The next place we went to was the nurse's office. It was very cute in that place. There are 2 little beds where you get to lie down and 2 little blankets that are the color of plaid. Our nurse didn't look like a nurse. She doesn't wear white clothes and white shoes. Our nurse is just a regular color. Lucille raised her hand. "My brother said that last year he came here and you let him take off his shoes, and he got a drink of water in just his socks." That Jim turned around again. "P.U., I smell your feet," he said to Lucille. This time Lucille stuck out her tongue at him. After that, we held hands again. Okay, friends, stay tuned for Chapter 5.